everyone, it's Judy here at Janet's Floral, and today's daily dive is all about the care of container gardens. And a couple weeks ago I did quite a bit about hanging baskets, and container gardens are very similar to hanging baskets but a little bit different. And the reason that they're different is because one, the containers tend to be taller and have more soil, and two, they're sitting on the ground, and so the moisture tends to stay in them a little bit longer than a hanging basket. You've got the moisture coming out the bottom of a hanging basket, and you've got just more air around it, and so I think that they dry out a little faster. So I think the care of a container garden is slightly different, and we have several different container gardens here in front of me, and Mackenzie, if you want to show them those, there's some here, and then there's also some over here. Most of them have a lot of petunias. This is a nice grass. This is actually a beautiful container garden with red petunias and the spike in the middle. I've been watching it grow and grow. It's just really pretty. This one has petunias, and when those explode in color, and the sweet potato vine and the lantana, along with the salvia here, it'll be a really nice pot too. But it's an example of one that's in a little bit taller container. And a hanging basket's only going to be about this deep, but this one is deeper. And my instructions with these is you do not need to water these taller ones until the water comes out the bottom, and that would be the instruction for a hanging basket, but not for a container garden. There's a banana plant with geraniums and lobelia here, and if you can see how big that pot is, water comes out the bottom, and you do that fairly regularly, you'll be over watering, especially the geranium, but probably the other plants too. So a good rule of thumb is to check that soil, just like the hanging baskets. Check the soil, see if it's squishing, and I don't know if you can hear that or see, but there actually is still water in this soil, so it would not need water today. I'm hoping I can find one that's drier, but he already watered today, so we may not. Here's a geranium, and it's actually quite wet too. So the biggest key is, you can really see the squishing there. You do not need to water when you can feel that or hear that squishing of the water in the soil. If you do not hear that and it's in the morning, then I would give it water. If it's in the evening and it's pretty moist still, but you can't hear the squishing, I would probably wait till morning. And a pot this size, you can probably get away with watering till it comes out the bottom. The other larger pots, I would water each flower. So you'd water some on this side, you turn it and water the other side, and give it a good drink. But again, you don't have to water it so much that you're getting the water all the way down to the bottom of the pot. You just need to give good water for the roots, probably till the water gets down about this far. That bottom isn't really, it's not, again, necessary to get that all the way to the bottom. If you do, it's not a problem. You just don't want to do that consistently, because then you probably will be giving them a little bit too much water. If you've got a shade basket, you're probably not going to have to water that, or a shade container like the New Guinea Impatient there in the front. You won't have to water that quite as much as these ones that sit in the sun. And I remember last year when I was watering my containers, some of them were in part sun. I probably only watered them every other day. Now the ones that were out in the sun, I definitely checked every day, but I might have gotten away with every day, other day with those too, just depending on what the conditions were like that day. So check the soil in the morning, just like you would a hanging basket. See if it needs it. If it does, give it a good soaking, but not necessarily so much that you're drowning them. And then check it again the next day. Just remember, geraniums don't necessarily need quite as much as some other plants, and they'll actually thrive a little bit more if they're kept slightly on the drier side rather than on the sopping wet side all the time. Petunias can handle a little bit more water, but still they don't like to sit sopping wet either. Fertilizer is important, just like with the hanging baskets, so give them feed every 7 to 10 days, and just make sure that the container garden you have has plants that will handle the location that you're giving it. So if you have shade, you'll want the New Guinea or a begonia. If you have sun, then your options, there's lots of container options. And so I've showed you these here. I've showed you these. We're going to go down one more section. And here's some geranium, petunia, and cali baskets. Here's another really nice container. We're waiting for that geranium to start shooting out flowers. It's got some buds coming, but really nice verbena here, and lobelia, and then again the banana plant, which all like the sun. So I hope that helps you as you take care of your container gardens, and hopefully that'll help you make them beautiful all summer long. Thanks so much for listening in, and we hope you have a great Memorial Day. Bye.